Hey everybody, we're back. Oh my goodness, getting a little funky here for the puppies. Back on WooF Driver. Hope y'all are here tonight. We've been off a couple of nights on this channel, WooF Driver page, and I'm going to tell you why. This is WooF Ditty here, Bucky. We're just jiving along here. We're going to have a great show tonight with the Australian cattle dog. It's our breed of the night. WooF Ditty Breed Show on the All Dog Network. All Dog Network, worldwidealldognetwork.com is the website where all these shows exist. And also have some special alert bulletins about the other shows that I'm going to tell you about in just a minute here. But that's brought to you by the WooF Driver. This is his logo back here. He's a husky man. He's got a four-pack husky group, 4 of them. They go on all kinds of crazy adventures, okay? The WooF Pack. Now, if there's anybody out there, Pink Floyd, is there anybody out there? Let's see some comments come in and let me know you can see everything. Again, if we do get cut off, it's only because the transmission is wireless. It's the only way Facebook has it set up for the streaming is Wi-Fi. You can't hardwire it. It's broadcast through the camera on a iPad, iPhone, whatever the case. It's not through your camera on your desktop, Mac or whatever. And that's the technology that exists right now. And the WooF Driver is taking advantage of trying to get a live streaming broadcast show featuring all the dogs and the love of dogs and all things about dogs. And if you go to alldognetwork.com, that's one word, alldognetwork.com, alldognetwork.com, you'll see all these shows posted with various hosts, correspondents, me being one of them, Bucky Harris, you see me up there, Britt Savage, Barbara Kurtman, Carol Anderson, Dean Miller, Joseph Falcone, and Susie Titleman. All these folks right now are not on doing their shows this week. We've had some transmission problems with Facebook. And the reason I'm on is because I'm one of them, and he's chosen me to be on to give you the information about the other shows and why you don't find them and why you're not seeing them right now. What happens is, unless you're a huge celebrity or somebody who maybe is paying them off, we're not sure, that you're limited to how much space you're going to have on their server. And I guess they can monitor when you're live. They control it like the government controls everything. And they can see if there's too many people on one place at the same time, all the time, this day, this hour, all the time. They kind of like cut you off or slow you down. And their analytics enable them to send an email to the WooF Driver to tell them there's too much going on, so you have to like lay back a little bit, let it thin out, and heal, so to speak, with all those ones and zeros that are going on in the digital network. So that's what's happening. So I've been gone for 3 nights and off this channel myself. When I say channel, that just means what page. This is WooF Driver page on Facebook. Okay, we've tried other pages that to see how things go. There's a Husky page, there's a Shiba Inu page, that breed page. There's several pages that the WooF Driver has in his All Dog Network that are specifically for different breeds, breed sites for just those breeds. And we've tried transmitting this WooF Ditty show on those, and it's worked for a little bit. Obviously you're not going to get as many viewers because it's just, designated breeds that watch that network. Brenda is there. I'm a dog lover. So what is this all about? This is new, okay? This is all about the dogs and love of your dogs. And what this WooF Driver is a gentleman that has huskies, okay? That's his breed, and he has a little Chinese crested dog. But he has 4 huskies. He does all these crazy adventures. So to get your head around what it's all about, rather than me sitting here just explaining and trying to explain it all, which is almost impossible to do like quickly, go to woofdriver.com. You want to write that down, WOOFDRVER, DRIVER, WooF Driver, not wolf, with an L, WooF, WooF, and go to woofdriver.com. Check him out. You'll learn all about him. Then you go to wooftunes.com. WooFtunes, like iTunes, WooFtunes, all one word these are, .com, and you'll see all the material and music and poetry and crazy stuff we've done over the last 7 years, all about the dogs. And then you can go to soundcloud.com and type in search Woof Driver, and you'll come up. We can also listen to all this material. On WooFtunes there's also videos, where on SoundCloud it's all audio. Okay, and I'm going to play some of his music tonight, which is basically about the dogs, about his dogs going on adventure, which are huskies. It doesn't matter, it applies to any dog. Just fun stuff. This is all fun, love of dogs. That's what it's all about. Okay, and this show I'm called the Woof Ditty by nickname, P Ditty, Woof Ditty, whatever the case. And what I do, I'm a musician, and what's the program on tonight? It's about the Australian. The breed tonight, the Australian cattle dog. Australian cattle dog we talk about that breed, all the facts and figures about it real quick, and then we have a Woof Ditty. I write these little ditties about each breed, a little song, try to make it clever and funny and kind of rhyme with the traits and attributes of that particular breed of the night. Again, if you go to alldognetwork.com, alldognetwork.com. It's all one word, alldognetwork.com. You'll see all the shows we've done up to date for the last month. They started us about a month or so ago. See all the shows, and I'm not the only host. There's 6 other hosts. Sharon says thank you. Check it out when we're done, and it's mind-blowing. And you'll see all these folks that have done different shows about dog training, about psychic dog reading, dog yoga is on there. So look at all the hosts and click on each of their compilation of shows they've done up to date. Woof News with Britt Savage out of Nashville, Training with Dean Miller. You'll check it out. And when you check it out, you'll know what's going on here. But meanwhile, stick with me tonight. I'm going to be on, maybe another 50 minutes. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We interact with your comments. We'd like to talk to you. Now, there's another site. Now, before I say anything else, if we get cut off while I'm chatting right now, and if you just freeze up on, over there, and I go black, that just means my transmission got cut off. It can happen because this is very delicate Wi-Fi, even though I got a great signal. Between Facebook and my Wi-Fi and a jet flying over here in Orange County, anything could happen. If it goes off, I log back on. Hi, Woof Ditty, Betsy Hiffner's back. Good to see you. Now, these are a lot of folks have been on me because I've been doing this for 30 days, 7 nights a week, 7:30 Pacific time, and I'm on every night. Okay, been on every night. And the other folks have had shows on periodically during the week, 1 or 2, maybe 3 times a week. Right now, they're off. They're not going to be in there doing the shows right this minute, right today, until we get this transmissions straightened up. Because what happens, as I explained it, first of all, if we get cut off, don't go anywhere. Stay there. I log back on. You'll see me come back on. And what we've done up to now, what we're doing since you logged on here, is saved in the timeline on the Woof Driver page. So you can go back and look at it if you tuned in late, you missed something. Or if we get cut off, you'll see this one, then you'll see the next one when I log on if it happens again. So you'll see as many as it takes. Hopefully it's just one tonight. We don't get cut off. That's how it works. So, the other site to go to after you've checked all this out and want to join, there's a group site that the Woof Driver has set up called Woof's, that's WOOF''S, Woof's Gang, 2 words, and that's a site where you can post comments and your picture of your dog, the kind of dog you have, tell us about whatever it is, who you are, your picture for that matter. It's a group site. You know what those are like. And you become one of the big Woof Driver love of dogs family here we're trying to create. Then hopefully you share with everybody that's on your page the alldognetwork.com so they can go see this thing and check it out. And then on 7:30, at night, come on the Woof Driver page and watch the show for the night, which is a different breed every night. I got dog jokes. We got dog music from the Woof Driver, and so all kinds of stuff. Parody songs from songs you're familiar with, where we've taken those lyrics and turned them into dog lyrics about dogs. very crazy stuff, very eccentric. It's like kind of like going to Disneyland. You know, you don't know what you're going to see next, and it's just a lot of fun. If you love dogs, this is the place to be for an hour. You know, then you go back and watch these shows. I mean, you can go watch YouTube videos of whatever. I'm going to play some dog rap tonight, kind of reggae rap. I'm going to play some pretty stuff. I'll play some parodies. We've got Fleetwood Mac album parodies. We've got AC/DC. We've got Elton John. We got Dire Straits. We got Johnny Cash. We got, Mariah Carey. We've got all kinds of genres of music to suit hopefully everyone's taste when it comes to the kind of music that these dog ditty lyrics are all changed into, and a lot of original tunes. Okay, there's original tunes about each of his huskies, and there's everything Scoob the Nuts. Okay, so join me, stay with me, and any comments you have, any questions, I can guide you in the right direction. With our trainers that we have that have been online in their shows. You can check them out and how to get in touch with them, even if they're not doing a show tonight, tomorrow, the next day. How to reach them, to communicate with them, ask them questions. You know, it's like dog flicks. Okay, go on dog flicks. I'm going to watch this now. But the good news is it's all about the love of dogs. Okay, and fun. So right now, let's just start out with the breed of the night is the Australian cattle dog. Okay, Cheryl, hello, good to see you. I remember your name well. Okay, it's all good, you know. These dogs, okay, and here, you know.
Australian cattle dog.
Australian cattle dog.
Australian cattle dog.
Okay, that's what she had to say.
Australian cattle dog.
So, the Australian is known as an Australian healer as well. Hall's healer, Queensland healer, blue healer is a courageous, tireless, robust, compact working dog. The dog is agile and well-muscled, powerful, and determined while working. The length of the body is a little longer than it is tall. Okay, the tail is held moderately low, hanging at a slight curve. Now, what I've done. Excuse me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go get my other camera so I can show you some pictures. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back here. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I hope you all are there still. Okay, what I've got here, I'll take a couple of take some pictures now. I've got all kinds of pictures here of these guys. And they're all a little different, okay? We're staying. Thank you, Cynthia Hellman. Oh, I know you. I know who you are. You're related to somebody I know. Okay, there's an Australian cattle dog. Let's just take a little different looks at him. Look at this guy. Very colorful. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. Look at this little chirper. He's just hanging out. How cute is he? With a multicolored face. He looks like almost like the Little Rascals dog. Oh, look at this little guy. One ear up, one down. So I'm with you, Mama. They're just so cute. Oh, look at this pair. Looks like they're going out to work in the field. So we're going to keep showing you other pictures here periodically. So we know what we're talking about. That's so cute. Little emojis there from Betsy. All right. So, you know, he's held moderately low, hanging with a slight curve. The front legs are straight, strong, round bone extending to the feet. The feet are round and the toes are short. Okay. The skull is broad and slightly curved between the ears, flattening to a slight but definite stop. The ears are wide set, moderate in size, and pricked when alert. Doop. The nose is black, the dark brown, medium-sized eyes are oval in shape. The teeth should meet in a scissors bite, with the lower incisors closing a little behind and just touching the upper. You know what that looks like. Cynthia says, "Ah, yes." The Australian cattle dog has a smooth double coat with a short, dense undercoat. Coat colors include red speckled, blue, blue mottled, blue speckled, with or without other markings. As you can see, you know, these pretty dramatic markings. I mean, there. Look at this little guy here. Now check his markings out. It's like almost like a slate white and a brown tan orange. Just beautiful. Just beautiful little people. Look at this guy. Say, I'm ready to work. Oh, his ears are clipped. They're just down. Docked or not, I can't tell. So then, let me see if they say anything about that. His aren't docked for sure. Look at this guy. He's so cute. My goodness. Okay, so it goes on and on. Love their colors, yes, Betsy. It's amazing. Some dogs just have these colorings that are just, oh my gosh, like look at the sunset or something. So the dogs with the red speckled coloring are called red heelers, and the dogs with the blue coloring are called blue heelers. Black markings are not desired in the show ring. Oh my goodness. Well, we know about the show. Sometimes they've got these rules they like and don't like. Puppies are born white because of the gene they inherited from the early Dalmatian crosses. I guess they crossbred them with Dalmatians. You can sometimes tell the adult color by looking at the paw pads. Okay, now before we go into talking about the temperament of the little guys, Australian cattle dog, I'm going to play a little ditty I wrote about this baby here. Okay, this is a ditty about the Australian cattle dog. I get this thing to work.
This fine, fine pooch, Audrey the Aussie cattle dog.
Audrey
Was bred to heel cattle out in the rough, out backyard. She's a tough working gal, oh yes, in the down and under down. Keeps tabs on her gig with a bark like thunder. She likes some exercise, now several times a day. A great watchdog with children. She loves to play, oh yeah. Audrey the Aussie cattle dog.
loves to play with the kids.
Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. Just do a bath and her nails, she'll be ready for the ring. Wagging that tail, she's almost ready to sing. That's Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. She's a beautiful puppy. Was bred to heel cattle out in the rough, out backyard. She's a tough working gal, oh yes, in the down and under. And keeps tabs on her gig with that bark just like thunder. Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. That's Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. I love her. She's Audrey the Aussie cattle dog.
There, Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. Loves to do exercise more than one time a day. Ready to go out and do her work and play too. Look at that. That one looks very serious about I can handle it. I can handle it. And they're not huge. You know, they're not huge. They're very loyal, brave, hardworking, herding breed. They herd. They're one of the most intelligent breeds, and it's not the kind of dog to lie around the living room all day, okay, or live happily in the backyard with only a 15-minute walk. Need much more exercise than that and something to occupy its mind daily, or they'll become bored and leading to serious behavioral problems. I guess not all dogs are like that. Some dogs can just lay around or whatever, but these guys, that's not their nature whatsoever. K. Warren. BS. What's that mean? Not sure what that means. I know what BS means, but I'm not sure why you're saying BS. Am I reading that wrong? Maybe you can explain K. K says BS. Okay. These are truthful facts, if that's what you're saying. I mean, I'm getting them off the factual information here that's available to us online. So if I'm screwing up, tell me. Okay. It needs action in life to do the best job. This alert dog is excellent in obedience in the ring and will excel in agility and herding trials. So apparently when they send them out to herd, they do very well. Can be obedience trained to a very high level. Firm training starting when the dog's a puppy. Of course, most breeds train well from the beginning. And a lot of daily leadership along with daily mental and physical exercise will produce a wonderful and happy pet. They're protective, and it makes an excellent guard dog. Oh, that's nice. I like guard dogs. It's an absolutely loyal and obedient to his master. It is sometimes suspicious of people and dogs it doesn't know. It can be a very dog aggressive, allowed to be a pack leader if it's for its dominance level is high. So you want to teach your Australian cattle dog that you're the alpha and you will not tolerate him fighting with other dogs. Well-balanced cattle dogs are good and trustworthy with children. Some will nip at people's heels in an attempt to herd them. That's interesting. An owner needs to tell the dog it's not acceptable behavior to do that. Okay. If you are adopting a pet, avoid working lines, as these dogs may be too energetic for intense home life. Australian cattle dogs are very easy to train. Problems can and will arise with meek owners or owners that do not provide the proper amount. Maria, hi Maria, good to see you. I'm sorry to even interrupt. I'm just trying to keep, when people do comment, I know they're watching, I like to acknowledge that they're there and so forth. If you do not have time to work extensively with or exercise your dog and do not fully understand canine instincts and their need to have leadership, this is not the breed for you. And again, we have a couple of fellows that are really good with training professionals, and that if you are thinking about any breed, or you don't have a dog, or you're having trouble with your breed or your dog, no matter how long you've had them, there's certain behavioral problems or habits that you want to break and you can't do them. Dean Miller, dogcounselor.com. The dogcounselor.com. He's one. He's in Nashville. Great. Joseph Falcone, look him up on the Facebook. He's in Las Vegas. They're both very, very experienced and have answers for you when it comes to these questions about training, behaviors, or anything of that nature. Very helpful, and they're willing to interact with you. Email, Skype. Dean will even fly to wherever you are and help you train your dog in one day. Both of them can do stuff in one day. And I believe that because I've seen other friends of mine up in Santa Cruz that train dogs. I went with them one day so I could see how they do things. I went to this lady's house. This little dog was just totally out of control. Totally. I mean, the minute he came to the door, he was like, just thought he was going to bite and stuff. Within a half an hour, he had this dog under obedience control. Everything. Sit, come, stay, don't bark. Unbelievable. I was watching how he was doing it, and it's like anything else, you know the tricks. If you know how they train dogs and you watch trainers and then you go to watch how they train service dogs, for example, you wonder how in the heck did they teach a dog to walk a blind person? I mean, because they know how to do it. Just like if you're a heart surgeon, you know how to do heart surgery. If you're not, you have no clue. Fly a jet 777, you learn. So anything that seems impossible is not. Okay, it's not impossible. You just got to learn, and we need each other to, obviously, in our profession, to whatever. I'm a guitar player. People come over and teach them guitar. They never played it before. They can't pick it up and play it like that. It takes time and patience, like anything else. It's common sense. So whatever the case, these little dudettes here, okay, take time to train, and they look so smart and intelligent once you do it right that they'd just be an awesome breed to have. Okay, I just love how they look. Look at these guys. They're a little bigger. Looks like they've been out on duty. So we got it under control. Look at the look on the face. You can just tell they're confident. They know what they're doing, and they can obviously pose for the camera as well. How about that? Just to remember who they are.
With his fine hooch.
Audrey.
Audrey the Aussie cattle dog was bred to heel cattle out in the rough, out backyard. She's a tough working gal, oh yes, in the down and
Okay, that looks like that could be an Audrey right there. Now, she keeps her gig together because she's got this bark. Somebody's messing with her. Betsy says, yeah, little musical notes there. So we're doing these little musical ditties about the breeds. And tonight it's about the cattle dog. And we find a name for the dog that kind of works. And I just make this stuff up and have fun with it. Okay. If you're interested at all what I do, I produce jingles and music. I used to play with Kenny Rogers and Little Richard, guitar player, bass player. And I have a site called jingleads.com. That's one word, jingle ads. Looks like jing leads, jingle ads, jingleads.com. You can check out what I do and produce and the business I have online like that, making jingles and so forth for anyone, anywhere, all budgets. Had to throw that in there just because. But anyway, this is the love of dogs tonight. So we went through the temperament, and again, you have to really want to train and be the alpha with most breeds, especially this one, if you were to get one of these guys or already have one. The height, somewhere around 17 to 20 inches for the male and 17 to 19. About the same for male and females. That's why the pictures there was hard to say what's what. You know, they're about the same height, and they weigh anywhere from 30 to 62 pounds or so. So that varies on how, you know, their size and how you feed them. Of course, you don't want to get them too budgy and fat. I see a lot of dogs that are overfed, and they don't look like happy campers. They don't have the energy, I don't think. It's like anything else, you know, if you don't, especially animals, if they're not in shape. People can get away with being all sizes and still be healthy, perhaps. Health problems, prone to the hip dysplasia, which is the hip problems. And I see that a lot on a lot of breeds. So, and the merle-colored dogs are prone to deafness. Ooh. Merle colored. I'm not sure what merle is. I'd have to look that up, which color that is. Let me look that up real quick, just so we know what that means. So we know what we're talking about here. Not Merle Haggard. Merle colored dogs are. They are the ones that are kind of. Yeah, I see it now. The definition is a combination, solid base, usually red, brown, or black, with a lighter blue, gray, or reddish patches, which gives you a mottled or uneven speckled effect. Some percentage of Merle puppies could have eye defects too, and could be deaf. So what I'm seeing, you know, is kind of like, unfortunately, my miniature dachshund only eats his dog food, and sometimes he gets some boiled chicken or ground round. I did the same thing with my Buster, who's half shepherd, half boxer, Cheryl. There, that one could, you know, he's got that description of Merle, so to speak. So look, a lot of them look Merle to me. Hopefully they don't get deaf or are deaf or become deaf. But yeah, I give one kibble. The one my vet recommends. Basically is the salmon and potato from Costco, what they call the human something natural big bag. Good, it's made by Diamond. They make decent, good food. And then he gets his treats, you know, whatever we have. Vet says don't give him chicken because it's poultry, but you know, he gets his chicken, he gets his salmon. The salmon is the base of his kibble, and the sweet potato. And he has beef. Tonight, pot roast, just a little, enough, you know, moderation, and they love it. It keeps them together. I mean, if everything stays consistent, you know, they're not itching, everything looks good outside. You know, I put a little salmon oil on. Olive oil's good. Coconut oil, I've heard, is good for their coat. Put it in their food. There's all these things you can do to supplement if you think it's lacking some kind of nutrients or something. But that kibble alone from Costco, I didn't believe it, but now they've got one that's upgraded to this nature's thing, and it's really good. You know, if they eat it, and they eat all of it, and they want more, that means it must be good. They know what they're eating. I mean, you can give him. I've given Buster the higher end Origin, different formulas of all that, and he didn't eat it. Stuff from Whole Foods, he didn't eat it. Some of their stuff, it's got avocado in it, which is not good for dogs. I didn't know that. Just stuff you read, so you keep researching till you find they eat it and everything looks right and they feel good and everything seems normal, then it works for them. Because I did the food thing for a long time. Search. What's the best? What's the best kibble? What's this? What's that? Paying 3 times as much, and they didn't eat it anymore and they eat this. He didn't eat anymore and he eats this. And some of the formulas he didn't like, for whatever reason. 2 of the same ones with different. One had brown rice and one had the potato in it. He wouldn't eat the one with the brown rice. He just wouldn't eat it. It's all organic. He still wouldn't eat it. Took it back. Gave me my money back. So you have to check your own pooch out. And then it's nothing wrong with searching. Hey, what's the best formula food for this breed? It may say something specific. This breed could have allergies with poultry, or it's better you don't give this and that. The vet's going to tell you one thing. They're going to try to say the science diet they have in the office anyway, because they make money on it. It's got preservatives in it. I wouldn't give my dog that different stuff. It's got a certain preservative in it. There's some kind of something sorbitol or something another that they shouldn't be in anything. Science diet of all things has something that's not the preservative. If you research deep enough on the internet about dog food, from the doctors and the vets, not just the company, you find out all kinds of things, and you have to use your best judgment. My judgment is that my dog eats it, he looks good, he's not scratching or itching, his coat's good, and everything outside looks good, he's consistent, it's okay. And then keep it consistent. Just keep it with that and a few treats, that whatever they are. He doesn't have any other treats like all these beef jerky things and bones and stuff to chew on and all that stuff. And you don't give them steak bones and bones because they can crack and, People used to think, oh, have a T-bone steak here, take the bone. Well, it's sharp. If it cracks, it could kind of kill them. I didn't think about that years ago. We had German Shepherds, he used to give them all that. You don't do that. In my opinion. I mean, I'm not the boss. You do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I've learned and how I keep my dog, what I feel healthy. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yeah. His job is just being loving, great protector, and we love it. And I know y'all love your dogs. Okay, I got a few little stupid one-liner dog jokes. Some of you might have heard these. I think I played them once, but it's just silly stuff.
I went to the movie the other night in front of a guy with his dog. He has a Rottweiler with him. Got 2 tickets, walks in. The usher says, well, where is he going to sit? He goes, anywhere he wants to.
Yeah, Rottweiler, you ain't going to mess with him, huh?
Yeah, we always get in talking about our doggy breeds. You know what? What do you get if you cross a Cocker Spaniel, a Poodle, and a Rooster? You don't know? Cocker Poodle do.
That's a couple of silly things there.
Just take a walk the other day, stop by the local fire station, say hello to the chief, thank him for the good work. He said, hey, sir, you know what the Dalmatian said after he had his meal? I said, no. He goes, oh, that hit the spots.
I like that one. That's good. I'll give you a couple more that we'll just keep. This is joke time.
Yeah, I'd be walking down the street with my dog. He'd be carrying a clock with him. Everybody turned around at me and looked and said, why is he doing that? He goes, well, you want to be a watchdog.
Okay, one more.
Took the kids over to the Wax Museum the other night. There was old Dracula there. They look at him and they say, Dad, I wonder what kind of dog Dracula has. He says, I have a bloodhound. He will bite your neck.
Bloodhound. Oh, just some silly little things there we found. I'm going to do a little something here, and I've got this little poetry here. Poetry read I'm going to play for you. It's kind of mellow. It's about the WooF driver here who takes his Huskies. When you visit woofdriver.com, and even on All Dog Network, you'll see some things with the WooF driver, some of his adventures. He goes out and he does these live streaming where he takes the dogs out on these crazy carts, motorcycles, on these journeys through the trails up in the beautiful Shenandoah, West Virginia, almost heaven, out in the woods, out just everywhere. he takes them out at night as well. Even in a rainstorm, he's gone out. And we did this one night when he went out in the rain and thunder, and we called it Moonlight Journey. And Wolf Driver wrote a song, and we put some poetry to that words as well. I'm going to play that for you in just a second. Meanwhile, I'm going to play you some songs from the Wolf Driver that you can hear on SoundCloud. You can play them all and listen to them, because I'm going to play a few of them each night I'm on the show. And if you have time to listen to some of these songs, you get a kick out of them. There's everything you can think of, and you go, really? This is unbelievable. I mean, we have more tunes we produced, original and parodies. You know what a parody is, when you take a song you know and change the lyrics, like Weird Al Yankovic used to do, and you make them about the dogs. Okay, so, and there's a lot of those parodies too about the dogs, along with tons of original material. SoundCloud.com, search Wolf Driver, and you'll see them. You can play them all, just one after another there. I'm going to go ahead and play one of those. Let's see. This is called, actually this is, I believe, a rap. This might be fun to play. Let's see.
Now these dogs are really what it's all about for me. I never really knew how much fun they could be, being honest. I never really had any doubts. I followed their lead and they showed me the route. Riding the rigs, you talk trikes, big meat. Got them all boxed up, so I guess it fits me. They know the way, so we ain't getting lost. Leading us everywhere, no matter what's the cost. Pushing the dogs on the Wolf Driver tour route. We gon' find out what this hoot is all about. Time to take this ride or drive. Tell me what to do with all this love up inside. Now I know what to do with this dream and all of you. I hope you could manage if only you knew. Ride this life, no matter what's the cost. Ride this dream that the dogs from me, and I won't give up. I'm mushing these dogs from coast to coast. It's the Wolf Driver, so every single hound is the host. Let them dogs loose, they gon' know where they go. They gon' have a good time and put on the show. I'm mushing these dogs from coast to coast. It's the
Mushing is taking the huskies out,
keeping everybody on track. If you getting in the way, you better fall back. These dogs, they gon' lead me everywhere. As long as they gon' track, they don't care. I'm mushing the wolf pack hounds all along the trails. We know the way, just gotta find the old rails. And when we get to fly, you know that's their favorite time. How high can they climb? They rather run than ride, they got their pride. It's always a good time, they love to fly. I'm mushing the dogs on the Wolf Driver tour route. I can't wait until you feel what the hoot about. Time to take this ride and drive and love. Embrace one another with a great big hug. Rather run than ride, that's their fine. Oh, they were rolling all the time. Yeah, it's always right to fly in love. Yeah, fly in love. Now I'm mushing these dogs from coast to coast. It's the Wolf Driver, so every single hound is the host. Let them dogs loose, they gon' know where they go. They gon' have a good time and put on the show. I'm mushing these dogs from coast to coast. It's the Wolf Driver, so every single hound is the host. The Wolf Pack, keeping everybody on track. If you getting in the way, you better fall back.
So that's about taking his dogs out on a tour route. So mushing, if you're not familiar with huskies, Cheryl laughs out loud. You're taking your dogs out, and he's got these carts, like they call them sacco carts. They're very cool. I'm going to try to find some pictures here. Let me find something else for you to see so you can get a better handle on this, what he does here. Now, so when you see these, usually they're like, you know, in the snow, like in Alaska, Canada, dogs mushing the huskies, you know, things like that. Let me show you a picture of the Wolf Driver here with one of his huskies. There's Wolf Driver in the cart with Zorro. That's the Zorro, the Z-Man. And that's actually the picture of the Wolf Driver. Okay? He's on the East Coast. And they're about to go out on one of their journeys there. So he has three of them that are white, pure white. And this is Zorro. He has the black color in him. They're just sweethearts. I'm going to try to show you some more here. Here's his whole wolf pack together, if you can see them. Okay, you got one of them's kind of hidden. That's maybe three of them. You got Jag, Czar, Princess, and the Zorro. Z-Man, that's him. Okay, the Z-Man. There they are, just chilling on one of their rides. They've taken a break. How cute is that? There, the three of them. See them? They're taking a break. They've just been running for miles and miles and miles, and he takes them out. There they are. See how they look on the trail there? That beautiful sunset. He's got some incredible pictures. And most of the stuff you can find on woofdriver.com. There's two of them loving. I'm not sure which one's which there. Princess and Jag, maybe. Yeah. And they're so healthy. Now he does. There's Zorro, the Z-Man. He does feed them the what I understand what they call a raw diet. Is what he told me. So happy and beautiful fur babies. Yeah, they are. They're unbelievable. I mean, what a life they have with the Woof Driver. This is what a Sacco cart looks like, and there's just one of them hanging there. But all four of them get hooked up on there with these bike springers. If you bike springer is great. I have one, and I run my Buster on it, and it attaches to the bike. Look up bikespringer.com, or just search Bike Springer on Google, and you'll see how that works if you want to exercise your dog with one of these bike springers. And I've seen them on Amazon, but we can help you get one. There, the four of them out there on a journey. So this is kind of, let me see what else. There you go. You can see how they're hooked up there. Okay, one on each side, and there's this attachment which goes onto a harness with a spring and a little nylon rope to their back. And he's sitting on the front of the Sacco cart. He can sit in the back. There's four-seaters, four wheels. The other two guys are on next to the back wheels. And all four of them are actually pulling the cart. He also has electric motors, and he has pedals to help with the transmission and the movement. But they haul. They go. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Now, Woof Driver also has a Chinese crested. Look at this, Gigi. She's going along for the ride there. She's hooked up. She says, I can keep up with you guys. Look at her. She's a trip. Now, this is just personal information about the Woof Driver himself. He's the one who's bringing you this show and has me, contracted me to go ahead and be a correspondent for doing different breeds and talking about everything tonight, but as well presenting his whole adventures, because that's the heart of the matter, is what he does with these huskies. They happen to be huskies that does these adventures, and it's just phenomenal stuff that's very entertaining and exciting. He has these activities: maze chasing, free ranging, things like that. What they mean is, free ranging is to let them go out in these huge, gorgeous fields and be off the leash and just run, and he's following them with a little ATV vehicle, motorcycle, car, bike, motorbike. I mean, all these things are happening. I'm going to go ahead and play, let's see, what should we play here? This is called Ride By My Side. It's interesting because they ride by his side.
Now the Woof Driver up, and he's riding all over the scene. None of us can wait to wake up from the sleepy dream. All of us are so fit as we sleep. If I didn't know better, I would say we just counting sheep. He is the one that hooks us up to his side. Smiling faces will share through the trail on the ride. He'll say, doggies, can you please roll with me? You'll be running and loving so wild and free. Now your runs are a common occurrence to the sounds. Faster than the speed of light and faster than the sound. You'll be feeling nothing but some fun in your heart. So sit back, relax, everybody plays a part in perfect harmony, just like a work of art. The Woof Driver signals for us when to start. He knows everything, like what's the stuff that we need. He trains us well, turns us into what we need to be. The Woof Driver, riding all over the scene, feeling good when we asleep, but better when we wake up from the dream. Working hard all day, then we go to play. That's how we like it, and it better stay that way. He's the wolf driver, riding all over the scene. Feeling good when we asleep, but better when we wake up from a dream. Yeah. When we wake up from a dream, the wolf driver runs them all. Leader of the pack, and he's pulling the haul. Now the wolf driver, he be rolling right beside us. Sticking together, now you cannot divide us. We get to run free, just for real, running through these trails like it ain't no big deal. Now the hounds play the rounds just beside him, staying fit just like they working at the gym. The glory of our life is what we live for. We always give our all till we can't give no more. Now the howling starts when the moon starts to fall. The sun will soon be there to answer our call. In our world, the wolf driver is steadfast. There ain't no way that we coming up in dead blast. Now we feel the fun and the love up in our heart. He knows that's what it takes for us to start. Now the wolf driver, always there by my side, ready to go, there for the ride. Now we feel the fun and the love up in our hearts. He knows just what it takes for us to start. Now the wolf driver, always there by my side, ready to go, there to take the ride. He's the wolf driver, riding all over the scene, feeling good when we asleep, but better when we wake up from the dream. Working hard all day, then we go to play. That's how we like it, and it better stay that way. He's the wolf driver, riding all over the scene, feeling good when we asleep, but better when we wake up from a dream. Yeah. When we wake up from a dream, the wolf driver runs them all. Leader of the pack, and he's pulling the haul now. Yeah, pulling the haul. The pack leader. Yeah, the wolf driver. Huh? Yeah, come on.
There he's on the bike, and he has Jag on the back with his goggles, wind goggles. What a trip. How cute is that? He takes them out, and he's going fast, and the little guy's just hanging in the back. He trusts them so much because they've been around for so long together doing these activities. So, woofdriver.com. Just check him out because he's the one hosting our whole broadcast here. I mean, it's just amazing stuff. I want to go back real quick and finish up with our dog of the night, which is our Australian cattle dog. We talked about the health of living condition. They're not recommended for your apartment life living, and does best with at least a large yard. Does best with and does give them a job to do. They love a job to do. The cattle dog. Exercise. They have incredible stamina. Okay, and will enjoy all activity you can give them. Exercise is of paramount importance. Without enough, they can become bored and destructive. Exercise cannot simply be tossing a ball. They need to enjoy this ball, play. Their brains need to be stimulated daily as well. Does best with a job. I keep saying, does best with a job. They need to be taken on long daily walks. And I might point out this bike springer. If you haven't seen one and how it works, just go to Google search bike springer, and you'll see a YouTube video of this gal running the dog with the bike, how it attaches, and you can see how it works. It's fail-safe. I've been doing it since my Buster was 10 weeks old. He's 5 years old now. We do it every day. We go at least a mile plus, and you can then ride him. He's right next to you. You can go as fast as you want on the bike or as slow as you want. So you can run him, trot him, sprint him, slow him down, stop, pause. And if he's got a lot of energy, it's a lot easier than a leash pulling, no matter if they got him trained to heel or not. If you want to run, and you can only run so far and get them the kind of exercise they need, especially if they want to run, sprint for like, eighth of a mile and just let them run for a minute, man. Big difference how their muscles and stuff. I mean, Buster's just muscle bound. He's so strong and fast because he's always had this kind of daily exercise that he needs desperately. Okay. And then we play the frisbee, grabs it, brings it back, grabs it, plays tug of war with it, take it out of my hand, throw it again, tennis ball, whatever, all that stuff. You can do that on the side yard. He makes an excellent jogging companion. So if you like to jog and you have that kind of energy, your Australian cattle dog will like that. But do not allow this dog to walk ahead of you on walks. He needs to be beside you and behind you to reinforce the human alpha, which is the heel obedience. So. Is everybody happy out there? I hope so. And life expectancy, 12 to 15 years, kind of average for most of them. 1 to 7 average. Litter, average 5 puppies a litter. They could have 1, they could have 7. Grooming. The short-haired and weather-resistant coat needs little care and very easy to groom. Just comb and brush with a firm bristle brush and bathe only when necessary. This breed tends to shed its coat once or twice a year, depending on the sex status and region. Okay. The origin of these guys, the dogs, the settlers brought them from Europe, and most dogs are from that neck of the woods. Called the settlers, they were Smithfield and the Old Smooth Collie, not the Smooth Collie known today, were not able to handle this dog long distances in his inhospitable climate of the new continent. So the Australian cattle dog was developed by pioneer settlers in the 1800s by crossing dingo blue merle collies to Dalmatians and black and tan Kelpies. Kelpies, I'm not familiar with whatever that breed is. They crossbred them. The dingo blue merle collies with Dalmatians. Interesting. Maybe that's why they got all these different spotted areas and stuff with the Dalmatian part, and the other one had the colors, these dingo blue merle collies. Some sources say the bull terrier breed may have been added in there as well when they were breeding them, because they do have a little small terrier kind of body thing. The result was dogs that were excellent workers, herding cattle on large ranches. The dogs worked the stock quietly yet forcefully, willing and able to drive cattle across vast distances under harsh, hot, dusty conditions with superior stamina. It was well suited to Queensland. Okay? Queensland. Both its guarding and herding instincts are very strong. In 1893, at the end of the 1800s, a man named Robert Koleski wrote a standard for the breed. In 1903, the standard was approved in Australia, and in 1980, that much longer, the breed was fully recognized by the American Kennel Club. The Australian cattle dog has also been known as Australian Heeler, Hall's Heeler, Queensland Heeler, and Blue Heeler. Heeler refers to its herding skill of snapping and biting at cattle's heels. Heeler, keep him in check. His talents are retrieving, herding, guarding, agility, competitive obedience, and performing tricks. Very versatile breed. But when you understand how they came with this breed, were what they bred together back in the day. The blue merle collies. So merle's that color that's got this, the grays and the oranges and this, that, and the other thing. Collie, to Dalmatians, which we know are kind of black and white spotted, and or black and tan Kelpies. I'd have to look up Kelpies, but I'm guessing it's a little breed that's black or tan, and a bull terrier. So you put all that together and put it in your blender, so to speak, like you're making a smoothie, you get the, I didn't mean that way, but Australian cattle dog. Okay. So that's the Audrey, I call her Audrey the Aussie cattle dog. That was our ditty tonight. We had some jokes. Now it's a little poetry about that moonlight journey that the WooF driver takes his huskies on. When he goes out on those carts and you see at night, he's got night vision goggles, he's got night cameras so he can film his adventures. A lot of those are on alldognetwork.com to review and see what he does. And how, if he breaks down, how they fix. He's got a crew of guys, the WooF driver pit crew. We have a song written just about these guys. There's 5 guys that take care of all kinds of things. The computers, the cameras, the mechanics, you name it, he takes care of them. Okay?
A Wet Moonlight Journey. It was a chilly, rainy night as WooF driver set out to take flight. His adventurous side was calling on him for this incredible ride. Choosing to drive this weather without wind or forecast danger, he felt safe to venture out in search of a route, of not a destination, but a journey of appreciation and cooperation forged together, reaching new heights that will last forever. He harnessed the WooF pack up, which included Tsar, Hudson, and the Princess Pup. The clouds melted into the darkness of night as this dog-driven ride took flight, with not another soul in sight. This was about enjoying the solitude of this adventurous mood, finding comfort with the dogs and depending on each other for the haul. A controlled sense of survival which had him looking forward to his arrival. He was absorbing the wisdom of this outing, even as the wet kept mounting.
Zorro.
As the trail travelled on and the further distance he had gone, his senses were keen and the steady rain sounded like a dream. How fitting this seemed, a tale of a design tougher time, but refined enough to constantly remind him of the passion that he never rations, just finds a way to explore it every day. This experience has eternal presence in Wolf Driver's mind that always lets him reflect back on that incredible time. Where some are discouraged to engage a challenge, Wolf Driver is encouraged in his quest for balance. He has sought lessons that are taught through nature, but avoiding danger, just calculated measures that can help define his life's treasures.
So he knows how to keep them safe on the trail, okay? And just like you keep your dog safe at home or wherever you take them. And it's just quite interesting stuff. So let me just go over real quick before we sign off for tonight. We should be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, Wolf Driver page, at about 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, with another breed tomorrow night. If you have a breed out there that you want me to do a show on that we haven't done, or we can do it again, whatever, and write a ditty for it, just let me know. Comment on here. Meanwhile, the sites you want to visit to get your head around this and have fun if you love your dogs. WoofDriver.com, that's about him and his huskies. He posts a lot of information about what's going on with these shows, whatever the case. AllDogNetwork.com, where you can review all the shows we've done up to date and all the other host shows about the Wolf News, which is hilarious, about dog yoga, Doga, which is hilarious, unbelievable, real. The trainers, Dean Miller and Joseph Falcone, their shows. A lot of information you'll learn from just watching the previous shows. Carol Anderson and Barbara Kurtman both have, one has a book called Paw Prints, I believe it is Carol. Barbara talks about psychic stuff and connecting with your dog. Just really interesting stuff. It's related to kind of behavioral and temperament things as well. And then it just goes on and on of all this information. It's all about a family of loving dogs. Then you got Woof's Gang, WOOF''S, next word gang, Woof's Gang. You join that. It's a group site where you join and log in. Nothing costs anything. It's like Dog Flicks, but there's no cost. Log in, put your picture of your pup, what he is, any questions, who you are, what you love about him, this, that, whatever you want to do. And then you can share that, share this stuff, and these sites I'm telling you about, if you share it with all your friends on your Facebook, then it just proliferates the amount of people that will come and watch the show and get involved and contribute information and fun and just things. And we learn something every night about somebody tells me something here and I go, really, I didn't know that. That's so cool. That's all it is. It's nothing more than what it is. And it's just fun about the dogs. Love your dogs. So, if you want to listen to all this music, it's just some of when I played some rap stuff tonight because it's fun, but there's all this other music. I might just play one more thing so you get an idea. We got a lot more than rap.